Hey folks, Fernando doing another video for More Survivalists. So I was just reading, some of the news, and yes, I do check CNN every morning, as well as several other media outlets. I try to, balance the different narratives and the different editorial lines that each of these companies have. But yeah, this is one of the ones that I check. It is interesting though how even when they don't realize it, they're showing you more than they intend. For example, yes, headline, Taiwan war, sure, Bolsonaro, well, Bolsonaro's not even in the country, I believe, so anyway, they try to make a big mess there in Brazil about a few guys that walked into a public building. No, wouldn't be the first time, but what caught my attention was something that is no longer here. This article, former PSG footballer dies age 40 after a heart attack. This headline used to be, just until a couple minutes ago, used to be an entire, over the fold article with a picture. Now, I read that and I thought, okay, another athlete that is, 40-year-old athlete, world-class athlete. PSG is the biggest club in France. So you're talking about an elite level athlete dropping dead out of a heart attack. Okay, wouldn't be the first time that it happens, but okay. Now, as soon as I scroll down, I found this other guy that also nearly died of a heart attack. Another somewhat young athlete that nearly died in the field. Now, it is very interesting that, first of all, that both of those were one next to the other, and immediately someone realized, hey, wait a minute, this is not looking good. Let's just make that disappear, put it somewhere else, or at the very least, take away the picture. Because if we have two young athletes dropping dead or almost dropping dead due to heart attacks, that is not looking like the kind of narrative that we want to expose, right? Yet there it is, another guy, and it's just two in a long line of athletes that recently have had suspicious, issues with their hearts. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't give any kind of medical advice. Go by the advice of your trusted, keyword, any trusted physician that you have, and I mean it in the same way that in legal matters you follow what your lawyer advises you, and in financial matters you go by your accountant or financial advisor, right? This just makes sense. Now, common sense still prevails, and when you see the dots, you can very well connect them. I was also reading about this other 18-year-old MMA fighter, Angela Lee, is it? Right, prodigy, dead at 18, had purest heart of gold. Now, this very young athlete dying suddenly, we don't have confirmed cause of death, right? So this is still, but yeah, another one. Yet again, I insist, we just don't know. There hasn't been any confirmation for whatever caused her death. It may have been something completely, unexpected for other reasons, right? Wouldn't be the first time either that things just hit you on the side of the head out of nowhere and, all horrible things just happen. But we cannot avoid noticing, and I was watching one of the videos from Sergio Agüero. Those of you guys in the United States have no idea who he is. If you're in UK, Kun Agüero is a name right? I think it's like all-time or almost like top 5 all-time, league goal scorer or something along those lines. Anyway, a world-class athlete nearly died when he was transferred to Barcelona because of a heart complication as well. And he has some interesting things to say about his suspicions as of why all of a sudden he went from being world-class athlete, completely healthy, to almost dying from a heart attack. And yes, it's the kind of thing we cannot discuss here because, YouTube usually doesn't like, unless you are Sergio Agüero, I guess, and you can talk about these things more freely, even in YouTube. But for my little channel, we still don't have that freedom. So we have to walk with a lot of caution here. Anyway, interesting stuff, guys. And not only interesting stuff in terms of some of the medical decisions you want to be careful about and be very well informed. Also how the media controls the narrative, makes sure that even if there's a couple pictures that to the average sheep will be, oh, what, how many died or had problems this week alone, right? These things are always monitored as well. Folks, prepare, things are not looking any better. And for that, my channel and my books, Surviving the Economic Collapse, Street Survival Skills, these are the ones you have available, following the list below. The practical stuff covered in Street Survival Skills. The economic aspect of survival and preparedness, something very important going into this year. Surviving the Economic Collapse. Those are available there in the description. Take care. See you next time. Have an awesome day.